he put the glad in gladiator. Hercules. He's an action figure. Hercules. I tell you about Hercules, how he's become a really big hero led by a beautiful song by the Muses. And so, with all that being said, Hercules battling every monster that Hades ends up throwing at him, he's still not really fulfilled because, well, his father explains to him, yeah, you're a celebrity, you're famous, but you're not really a true hero, even though you've battled all these monsters. You're an action figure, people know who you are all around the world, you're on a vase. You can't really join Mount Olympus yet. You have to find the true meaning within your heart of what a hero is. And he's like, what the heck does that mean? Does that not sound like some mixed message that a parent will send you? Yeah. So he goes back to, well, he was already on Earth, but he goes back to Thebes, and he's doing all this stuff that Phil has him doing, like he's getting his face painted, or his body painted, or his stature. He's getting himself painted on a vase by like an artist, and he's trying to explain to Phil, what does any of this mean anymore? I'm not even doing anything. And what's funny in this scene is like he's holding like the fur of Scar from The Lion King. It's like, when Scar died, spoiler alert, in The Lion King, it's like the fur rug of him, but we'll get into that in another video. Due to Hercules actually beating all the odds and, beating all the monsters that Hades throws at him, Hades is kind of stuck in a rut and he's upset. This scene is really funny. He's like yelling at Pain and Panic, and Panic is wearing, or is it Pain is wearing like these Air Hercs, and they're like a play on Air Jordans, and Hades is like really upset, and then he overhears while he's yelling at Panic drinking a drink that's like, Hercules' signature drink, of course, and he's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm trying to take over the cosmos here and you guys are buying his merchandise. And then that's when Meg, she's like, you're losing this battle, buddy. There's nothing you can do about it. And then Hades gets the bright idea. He's like, are you sure about that? Don't be so sure about that. You have no idea. He decides to try and send Meg because it's obvious that Meg and Hercules have an attraction to each other. He's like, I could send you in to, get the goods, mess things up a bit. Curveball, huh? Yeah. And she's all like, I've sworn off manhandling since my last boyfriend. And well, girl, I don't blame you, because that's awful. Your boyfriend leaves you after you sell your soul to Hades? Come on. What? Who? But she's all like, I'm not doing it. And Hades is like, well, if you do it, I'll give you your freedom. And she's like, well, in that case, okay, Hercules, so let's talk about you for a little bit. Let's go. She goes down to Thebes, Hercules' place. She sees that he's being attacked by a bunch of girls once she gets there. And with the help of Phil, he leads them out onto the veranda. He's like, oh, I see Hercules out on the veranda. He's over there. And he follows after them, of course. And Meg's able to just swoop right in and talk to Hercules and be like, hey, what's up? You want to go somewhere today? Have some fun? They go out, they hang out. She's actually starting to have fun because, well, she actually likes Hercules and she doesn't want to betray him. But she sees Pain and Panic, of course, while they're walking down a flight of steps in the bird bath. And they look so obviously, like, staged that I remember watching it and I was like, are those actual birds right there? Because they just come out of nowhere, like, they're all like, come on, sister, stop horsing around. Get the goods. We got a plan here. And she's just like, go away already. I don't like you. So her and Hercules, of course, they start falling for each other. And, Phil and Pegasus, they come because they've been looking for Hercules all day since he's MIA. And so they're like, you're already on my list, man. You better get lost. Hercules, we got a bunch of stuff to do. Before Hercules leaves, he gives Meg, like, a really nice flower and of course a kiss because it's Disney. And of course we don't actually get to see them kiss until like the end of the movie because it's interrupted like 3 times. I mean, it's like Troy and Gabriella. We have to wait till the second movie to see it? Come on, y'all know we've been waiting for this the whole entire movie. Why are you gonna make us wait? Why are you gonna do us like that? Yeah, this is when we get the song I Won't knows how to create songs, okay? The composers, the writers on this song, they were great. The singer, the music, everything was right, you know? And the muses, are, of course, they are like the choir accompanying Meg sing it. They're like, come on, girl, you gotta admit it. Be a grown-up about this. You're in love. And Meg's like, no, I can't, not again. Last time I said that, I ended up working for Hades. But, of course, in the end, she admits that she actually loves Hercules and that she doesn't want to betray him after all, which we all kind of knew, you know. Meg is only a con artist trying to save her soul. So, Hades, he ends up, you know, finding Meg, of course. And Phil overhears this because he gets knocked off Pegasus by a tree branch because Hercules is paying no attention to what he's doing because he's so love-struck by Meg. And, you know, Phil overhears the fact that she's been working for Hades the whole time, and he tries to tell Hercules, but, you know, Hercules doesn't want to listen because he's like, I don't believe you. You're just jealous. You've been hating on me this whole time, you and Pegasus. So, you know, Phil gets frustrated and he decides to leave and go home, and that's when Hades swoops right in at the right time and persuades Hercules to give up his strength for all of 24 hours so he can compose his all-out war to Mount Olympus and Zeus to try and reclaim the throne and, you know, well, destroy everybody because he's pissed about being in the underworld forever. You know, gotta say, the underworld doesn't seem like a fun place to be. Hercules, of course, is, you know, he's like, I don't even know you, dude. Get out of my face. I don't want to make a deal with you. And Hades is like, well, you know, I need this deal. You need Meg. Why not shake on it? In exchange for Meg's safety, Hercules agrees to give up his strength for Hades so he can overtake Mount Olympus. And, of course, Hades, of course, reveals that, hey, get this, Meg was working for me the whole time. She doesn't really like you anyway. And of course Hercules is like upset by this. It's like, oh no, I gave up my strength and all this and I was being played the whole time? Really, Meg? I thought we had something here. What happened? With Hercules out of the way, Hades has his willpower to, you know, overtake Mount Olympus. So he unleashes the Titans and, you know, they're dumb enough to literally go in the opposite direction. And I'm like, they're destroying everything in their path. Hades, well, he did say this was an all-out war. Of course people are gonna get hurt. But, like, they were dumb enough to walk in the opposite direction of where Mount Olympus was.
Guys? Olympus would be that way.
Zeus! They capture Zeus, they capture everybody on Mount Olympus, and they take over Mount Olympus. Like, Zeus isn't even putting up a fight. The only thing he has is his lightning bolt. It's like, how is this guy the leader of Mount Olympus? He's not even all that powerful, but I mean, okay. With Hercules' strength gone, you know, Hades sends the Cyclops to, you know, kill Hercules and beat him up and batter him. And so Meg, of course, she goes to try and find Phil and, you know, persuade him to come back. Say, hey, Hercules is getting his butt whooped out here. We need your help. He won't listen to me. He'll only listen to you because I hurt his feelings. And so they go back to Thebes where Hercules is being beaten, battered, and the people are left there to watch because they think they're going to be saved by Hercules, when actually, no, they're not because his strength is gone. And Phil persuades him, hey, you know, I believe in you. You can do this. You can fight this monster even though you don't have your strength. I know you have it in you. And so he ends up fighting him by putting his eye out with some fire and tying it up with a string, and, well, he falls over the edge of the cliff. But with all this, Hercules is getting ready to be crushed by a pillar, and Meg ends up pushing him out of the way, but she ends up getting hurt instead. With this, though, Hercules, he ends up getting his strength back because Hades' deal is broken. But he's really sad because, you know, Meg is hurt. So he has some business to take care of with Hades. He has to free all his people on Mount Olympus. And once he does that, of course, he helps his father defeat Hades. But Hades is like, ha, even though I can't have Mount Olympus, I got your girl instead, buddy. So he's like, oh no, Meg. Once he gets back to Thebes and he sees Meg, Phil is like, she didn't make it, pal. He realizes that it's too late and Phil's like, I guess you just can't fix some things. And Hercules is like, oh yes I can. So he travels down with Pegasus to the underworld and he sees Hades, and Hades is steaming, beaming, raging mad because of course his plan was foiled and he literally had it like right in the palm of his hand. It's like,
Nutmeg has to go all noble.
But He's like, at least I have her soul instead, so whatever. It's a little consolation prize for my adventurousness. Hercules gets there and he's riding on the three-headed dog, which I cannot remember his name, so I'm just gonna call him the three-headed dog right now. And he tries to persuade Hercules. All these H's are really throwing me for a loop. He persuades Hades to give his life. Well, he persuades Hades that he'll give his life for Meg's. And Hades is like, the son of my arch nemesis. Is this a bad deal or is this a good deal? I don't see any downsides to this. Are there any secret downsides to this? There has to be a catch, right? No. Of course, Hades accepts the deal, but he forgets to mention that Hercules will be dead before he can even reach Meg, so that's, you think everything's done, because when the fates go to cut his string, but wait, get this, the string won't cut. Why is that? Could it be? Hercules is transformed into a god. Because of his sacrifice for Meg, he's willing to give his life up for hers, which he does. Well, not really, because he's turned into a god just as the fates are about to cut his string. Of course, Hades, he's like, oh my god, how is this possible? This is impossible, right? I've really lost everything now. And he's like trying to persuade Hercules to make a deal with him, and Hercules ends up punching him in the face, and it's really a funny scene, at least it was for me. But Hercules, you know, he's getting a little irritated by Hades just continuing to like talk, and he ends up pushing him down into the Styx with the rest of the fates.
Get away from me! Don't touch me! Get your slimy souls off me!
He's not gonna be happy when he gets out of there!
You mean if he gets out of there?
If is good. I don't feel so good. I feel a little...
And so, Hercules is able to return Meg's soul to her body, and she is restored, which is good. You know, everybody lives happily ever after. So, he's able to join Mount Olympus with his people, and you know, he's like, oh yay, great, I've been waiting for this day for a long time. And so, you know, he's like, yay, I'm happy, but wait, Meg can't come with me. My friends can't come with me. So he tells his mom and dad, Hera and Zeus, that, you know, it's like, I'm happy about this, but I wish to stay down here with Meg and have a life with her. And Meg is really happy about that. I mean, who wouldn't be happy? It's like, your man sacrifices his life for you, and then he decides, hey, I don't want to be immortal. I want to spend a life on Earth with you instead. Hercules decides to stay on Earth with Meg, and with his parents' blessing. And so they all kind of live happily ever after, and they go back to Thebes, and the people are happy to see all of them together. And even the gods, they put a picture of Hercules and the stars, which is what Phil wanted all to begin with. And so, you know, everybody kind of gets what they wish for. Meg gets, you know, Meg gets love. Hercules, he gets acceptance, because that's what he was after. And Phil, he gets, you know, the picture of the picture of his protege in the stars, which is pretty cool, even though it's nothing like how the actual myth was, because most of the characters in the story are fictional, except for Hercules, which is actually Hercules. It's a really small difference, but the movie ends with the muses closing out in a really nice song, and you know, they show all the characters living happily ever after, which is really nice. Of course, it's a Disney movie, so they're all gonna live happily ever after, you know. That's just gonna happen. And during the credits, Michael Bolton gives a killer rendition of Go the Distance, and I think it was actually nominated at that year's Oscars for Best Feature Film Song or something like that. I might be butchering the title of the award, but I'll put it in like a little description right here, and I recommend that you guys listen to it because he does a stellar job of singing, because of course he can really sing. Like, he does a great ballad. And then if you guys watch it on Disney Plus, or if you watch it on VHS like I used to, or I usually do, I watched it on Disney Plus when I watched it this time, you can hear Hades at the end of like the credits, and he's like, hey, who am I talking to here? What's going on? Everybody's living happily ever after. Am I talking to just nobody here, or am I talking in space? We were in orchestra when I first saw the movie, and one of the substitute teachers, she found it on YouTube and she put it on, and I was immediately fascinated by it, because I was like, wow, this guy kind of feels like me, you know, especially if you're a person who never fit in school, because, you know, just had a hard time, you know, let's just be real. Kids aren't always nice in school. But the movie is a really great movie for kids to watch, young people, anybody who's feeling down, feeling like they don't fit in. This movie just might, you know, lift you up. It has some great songs, great music, a great storyline, great animation. The animation, the colors and everything. I really love the colors in this movie. I thought they were really pretty. They really stand out to the eye, especially the animation of the gods, since, you know, like they glow, and even the animation of the people and like the trees and everything. It looks really cool. But yeah, this is really just, you know, a good feel-good movie. It's, you know, a lighthearted, funny, silly, comical movie, and I feel like people would really enjoy it, so you guys should go watch it. Yeah. That's really all I have to say about it. But I do think it is Disney gold. It is one of those Disney movies that is still slightly underrated in my opinion. But I feel like the live action movie will give it, you know, its fair justice. Because if you see the live action, you're going to want to know what the remake is a remake of. So you're going to go see the animated version. And it's right on Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus, go watch it. Or actually, you can go to your local thrift store and get it on VHS. Because I actually have it on VHS. So, yeah. VHSs are not out of style. I still have a VCR, and I also have a VHS collection. Don't feel bad if you still have VHSs, you're not alone. All the actors in this movie gave stellar performances. I know James Woods' character, James Woods' part was really like critically acclaimed because he did an excellent job as playing Hades. And Tate Donovan, he played Hercules. You guys have probably seen him on Friends if you watch that show. He was Rachel's boyfriend, and they actually dated in real life. I looked it up, of course. I know, because I looked it up. This is what I'm doing at like 12 o'clock while I'm sitting on the sofa, but hey. You know, he did a really good job. All the voice actors, the musicians, everybody who had anything to do with this movie, they put together a masterpiece because it's one of the greatest movies I think Disney has ever made. And I said that probably 5 times in this video, but hey, what can I say? I really love this movie. Hades is one of the greatest Disney villains. He should be up there along the lines with Scar, because they're hilarious. They're comedic, they're cynical, they're hilarious. They're like, you know, the perfect balance between human and supervillain. And I also thought Hercules and Meg were totally adorable. If I ever find a guy like Hercules, like, Hercules and Meg forever. Come on. And Phil was cool too. I liked Phil. He was funny. He's played by Danny DeVito. How could you not? Danny DeVito as Phil, that was a great choice. Great casting choice. And actually, I looked it up, and like the characters, you know, like their facial features, some are actually based on what the people who played them looked like, you know, the voice actors. So I thought that was cool too. But yeah. You know, I think I'm going to include Hercules in the video I make about the Disney princes, or the Disney male characters. He should be in there too. Because Hercules is one of my favorite Disney male characters. You know, he was really like sweet, adorable, and lovable. And just like, he was really down to earth and a lovable person. He seemed like he genuinely wanted to do good. And Meg was too. You know, she just got dealt a bad hand because of her stupid ex-boyfriend. But life happens. You know, and I loved Pegasus. Like, I thought Pegasus was adorable. Like, if Pegasus were real, I would love to have one. Love to. Yeah. If you're a fan of Shrek, you should watch this movie. It is borderline. I feel like they were low-key trying to do DreamWorks when they did this movie. So, yes, it's incredibly inaccurate to the real myth of how Hercules' story is, but it's a really good movie. I mean, if you guys want to know a little bit about the myth, I'll include an article down below that you guys can read about it. It's really interesting. Hercules' life is actually not like that. I'll see you guys in my next one. I'm gonna go to bed now since it's almost 4 o'clock. So, yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you really guys enjoyed it. And follow my Instagram. It's at maddierumpy. It'll actually be in the end credits, but I might post it right here. And I guess you can add me on Snapchat too, even though I'm not really on there at maddierumpy. I think everything, all my socials are maddierumpy. So, yeah. I will see you guys in my next video. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm exhausted.